Okay, today I'm going to show you how to configure rstp. rstp is rapid spanning tree protocol, which greatly reduces the time between a port coming up and changing to forwarding while still stopping or preventing bridging loops. These excuse me, these four. Sorry, trying to get the. There we go. These four items, which you can tell are couple devices, and it looks like a couple of switches here, are they're connected in a full mesh topology with the access layer switches. So these two DLSIs are meshed with these switches. That's what we're trying to say. And it's all due to balancing a load that someone obviously felt was an issue. And you can see we've got some areas here with the orange where things aren't configured correctly because it isn't showing green, and the green flashing means that it is actually working, and the orange means it's not. So what we're going to do is each of these, we're going to come in here, we're going to go to CLI, we're going to hit enable, because enable means that we're going into executive mode. We're going to show interfaces trunk, and it gives us a whole bunch of information there. Okay, we're also going to show interfaces switch port, and that gives us even more information. We have an access mode of a VLAN. There's a lot of VLAN information. Capture mode is disabled. Okay. Lots and lots of information. You just have to keep just sort of going down. It says more and more and more. So you just keep going down. So look at all these. We're at Fast Ethernet 8. So that's what we're looking at each of the Fast Ethernet ports that it has. So we're at 15. Okay. And we've already passed them, but 7, 9, and 11 are all trunk ports. Okay, and I'm actually just going to shut that one down. So now we're going to go to ALS2. And we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're enabling so that we go into privileged exec mode. We're going to show interfaces trunk, and that gives us a bunch of information. We have VLANs allowed on the trunk, 7, 9, and 11. Looks like they each have something. Okay, we're going to show interfaces switch port. Okay, so FAO1, FAO2, I'm going to skip down and trunking. See, we're looking at this trunking piece. Negotiation of trunking is on. There's 4. We want 7, 9, and 11 because that seems to be where the issues are. So VLAN, negotiation of trunking is on. Trunking is all. Administrative mode is trunk. Okay, so that's what it means by as trunk ports. So let's go to 10 and I'll show you the difference, because right here is what I'm talking about, is this, that right there. Okay, accidentally hit a button and we stopped. So I'm going to show you again interfaces, switch port. Okay, here's FAO. It is dynamic auto. So if you were listening, 7, 9, and 11 here in the mode are all trunks. 1 is the dynamic auto. 2 is dynamic auto. 3 dynamic auto. So you see there's a bit of a difference there. And now we want to look at our 2 distribution switches, which they're going to be just a little bit different. We are going to enable them. We're going to show interfaces, trunk, and it's given us a bunch of information. Show interfaces, switch port. Now, dynamic auto for 1, dynamic auto for 2, dynamic auto for 3, and let's go on up to 7 and see what's going on. Dynamic auto for 6, and 7 is a trunk. Okay, so it looks like they're about done the same, but if you'll notice, DLS2 has the trunk, ALS2 has a trunk, and those 2 are 2 that have the issues. So now let's go look at DLS1. We're going to enable, so we get into that privileged exec mode, show interfaces, trunk. We're given a bunch of information. Okay, show interfaces, switch port. And dynamic auto, dynamic auto. Now we're going to scroll down, but you can't use the scroll button, you gotta hit enter. 7 it's still trunk. So it looks like everything is somewhat similar. Okay, now on the DLS2 and DLS1 we're going to come back. And we are going to type in show VLAN, and there we have a bunch of information. So we have a bunch. Server farm is active, server farm 2 is active, net end active, staff is active. Okay, so for DLS2, that's what we have. For DLS1, and for 1, oops, we are going to type in show VLAN. Okay, everything is active here too, which was right in here. So far, everything looks okay. Okay, now I want to go show VTP. Oops. Show VTP command, or status. And now we're looking at the propagation of it. Okay, it should be set to server. It is. The operating mode is server. Okay, so we're looking at that one. Okay. And now in this one we're going to show VTip status 2. Since we didn't look at it before. It is a server. Now we've looked at those two, so we got to come to ALS. And we are going to show VLAN. Everything is active. We are going to show VTip status. This is a client, which is what it should be. Okay, now we have to look at that last one, ALSI, or 1, sorry. And now we are going to show VLAN. And everything is active. We are going to show VTP status. This is also a client. So far we're looking, have verified our configurations okay. On DLSI 1, we are going to verify the spanning tree. So we are going to come down here and we are going to show spanning tree and we want to make sure that it says this bridge is a root. This bridge is the root. Okay, so far we're looking okay. Now we're going to do show spanning tree summary. And it should be default server farm 1, server farm 2, net English staff. Okay, so it looks like so far we're okay. Okay, and then here we come up and we look at these interfaces. Here's 7, 9, and 11. Remember those were those really important ones? Okay, these are designated as forwarding, which is what we want. Okay, we do not have to do this for 2. Or at least not all of it. We're just going to go show spanning dash tree. Okay, and on this one, we want it designated 7 is forwarding, 9 is blocking, and 11 is the route forwarding. So that one looks okay. Alright. Then we're going to come over to ALS2. And in this, we are going to go show spanning tree. And what we're looking for here is that 7 is 7 and 11 are both blocked, and 9 is route forward, and that is correct. Okay, so now ALS1 is the last one we need to look at. We're going to show spanning dash tree. Okay, our designations for 1 is that 7 is the route forward, and 9 and 11 are designated forwards. And it looks like everything's okay. Alright, now we are going to enter global configuration by, say, spanning dash tree mode rapid dash pvst. Okay, it doesn't like that. Try this on DSL1. So here on DLSI, spanning dash tree VLAN 1 100 120 root primary. And actually, I am just going to be verifying, I'm going as far as verifying rstp. We're not actually going to configure rstp. So we have verified trunking, and we have verified spanning trees. And that is as far as I'm going to go today. And I hope you learned a lot, and I hope this was very helpful.